Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Today, we're taking a look at a video where someone shares their frustration with how common intentional weight loss content has become. We've also got a bonus clip later on where somebody talks about their experiences with medical advice around weight, so be sure to stick around until the end. Please be sure to follow me on Twitch, which is linked below, and also join me live this Saturday at noon where I figure out which type of starseed I am. I'm going to be taking the "What type of starseed are you?" quiz, so be sure to follow me on Twitch and get ready for that. Before we proceed, please click the like button so that I may apply comb to mustache.
I don't know about y'all, but I've been seeing so much content lately about intentional weight loss. Transparently, it is exhausting.
Why is it exhausting you to see other people post about their weight loss?
And I really just want to share my thoughts. I've seen content from 2 different plus size influencers sharing content about how they are pursuing weight loss surgery, and it brings up so many emotions and feelings.
Yeah, me too. I've got all sorts of, what do you call it? Feelings or emotions or whatever? It's kind of like heartburn, I think.
Especially as someone who is a community organizer in the fat community space, personally been on my own, journey.
I want to be a community organizer. I never get invited to anything.
For the last several years of trying to center and ground myself in fat liberation and unlearning my own internalized fat phobia. And I even have experience directly with intentional weight loss via weight loss surgery. It's something that
Oh, so you had weight loss surgery before?
I hold a lot of shame and embarrassment around, because as someone who is an organizer in the fat community, I'd be perceived as not being genuine if people knew.
Okay, so you had weight loss surgery before, it didn't work out, now you have joined the fat liberation movement and you're some sort of organizer.
That's an experience that I've had, and obviously, 10 years later, there's still a lot to resolve and unpack, and that's something that I can post a separate video about.
Okay, well, I'm sorry to hear that the surgery didn't work out for you. It's actually surprisingly common for people to regain a lot of the weight or all of the weight back after surgery, because many of them did not address the lifestyle. According to ChatGPT, 50 to 70% of patients regain some weight within 2 to 5 years. 20 to 30% of patients regain a significant amount, sometimes close to their starting weight. And I would say that makes sense because there are a lot of lifestyle changes that need to be made if we want to lose weight in a permanent and sustainable way. Making your stomach smaller lasts for a certain amount of time. And for some people, that's a push in the right direction. And then they start changing their lifestyle and maintain this weight loss. But some people don't change their lifestyle at all. They don't change the way they eat or move at all. And they regain all the weight back. And that just makes sense to me.
I also have been working on putting together, support groups. And I think that that's a topic that would be really, really useful and interesting for fat community members to be able to come together.
Why do you need a support group?
Who share, similar experiences. Seeing this content, especially from plus size creators, is so hard to see. I know that they're not intentionally trying to cause harm, and I do also want to say that I don't judge people for...
They're not intentionally trying to cause harm, but they are causing harm by sharing their intentional weight loss journeys. So you're getting upset with larger creators for sharing their intentional weight loss journeys, some of which involve getting weight loss surgery, even though you did that in the past.
For wanting to pursue intentional weight loss. Everyone should have the right to make their own choices as it relates to their body.
Your algorithm is curated specifically for you. If you don't engage with that stuff, it will eventually stop feeding it to you. Pun intended, because we're talking about weight loss. I don't know. Sorry about that.
And I don't blame them for, wanting to exist in a smaller body, because
You mean lose weight? There are like 10 different ways to refer to weight loss these days. Shrinking yourself, wanting to exist in a smaller body. Let's see, what was the one? Suffer myself smaller? I think that one person said, I can't suffer myself smaller.
The reality is that fat people are treated like shit. If you exist in a larger body, you have less access to equal healthcare, accommodations, etc. So if someone wants to pursue weight loss, I'm not going to blame someone for that.
Right, you did it yourself, so I would hope you wouldn't blame someone for that, just because of that. Also, their reasons are their own,
The issue and challenge that I have is with people posting, specifically people who are in larger bodies, posting about their, weight loss surgery, their intentional weight loss, and promoting it with these narratives that are so deeply rooted in fat phobia.
But you had that surgery yourself.
A video I saw today was someone talking about how they're having weight loss surgery, but they still think they're hot or this or that. And
what are these videos, man?
That they just want to live a longer life. And
somebody posted a video saying, I'm getting weight loss surgery, but I still think I'm hot. I'm not doing this to look bad. Dude, so many people are afraid to just admit that they're a human being with human emotions and desires. Yeah, I'm getting weight loss surgery, but not to look better. I would never want to look better. Right.
Again, I don't think that they're intentionally causing harm, but knowing that...
Did you cause harm when you got your weight loss surgery to others?
The harm that will cause to people to consume that content.
Okay, this is all coming off really weird because you had that very same surgery.
So disheartening, and it's so triggering, and I know that it's so hard for people to see that, and I just want to acknowledge those feelings and express that, and let others know that if you see that and you're triggered, or you have your own thoughts of certain things, that's totally valid.
Hypocrisy is what really triggers me.
I also don't think that talking negatively or putting those people down or trying to say that they can't be part of the community or this, I also don't think that that's the right thing to do, because at the end of the day, it's not them as individuals, it's systemic issues. It's a society that is deeply rooted in fat phobia.
Okay, so it's not their fault. They're just trying to fit in with the fat phobic system and get ahead using its merits or whatever.
And weight discrimination and so many other things that us putting each other down, that is not going to solve anything. But I also think that, content creation...
Well, maybe somebody wanted to lose weight for their own personal reasons that don't include all the things that you just said. Maybe they're not trying to avoid fat phobia or whatever. Perhaps they would like to have more mobility. When you tried to lose weight via weight loss surgery, were you trying to fit in with the fat phobic system? Or were you trying to overcome some medical issues, perhaps get some more mobility, or...
Creators and influencers who have a significant following, and whether or not they've come out and said that they are specifically an advocate for the plus size community or, fat community at any point in their, time of being a content creator, I still think that there's a level of accountability that should be had.
They should be held accountable for posting about their weight loss. By you, somebody who also had weight loss surgery. I'm sorry to keep bringing that up, but...
likelihood of them having more followers who are in larger bodies is pretty high if you think about that in comparison to a content creator who lives in a smaller body. So I think that there should be a level of accountability there.
Okay, so people shouldn't be allowed to post about their weight loss. They should be held accountable.
Where at minimum there's some transparency about their content shifting. But even then, I think people have...
Well, I mean, there is transparency. When somebody's like, hey, I'm taking Ozempic, or I got weight loss surgery, and I'm going to follow my journey here, that's pretty transparent. You were complaining that people that were plus-sized influencers got weight loss surgery. Clearly, they're being transparent if you know about it.
Face backlash. And I understand it because it's so triggering and it's so hard to see. But it's also hard to see these posts where...
Why is it so triggering and so hard to see? Somebody else post about their weight loss. Also, it's incredibly easy to unfollow them and stop engaging with and looking at this type of content. It's very easy to do. Like I said, the algorithm is curated specifically for you. We all have our own. Mine is nothing but cool spirograph patterns and mustache art. Like that's my whole feed. It's just that. You guys remember spirograph? That thing was cool.
There are people in the fat community space who are talking about, how intentional weight loss, if someone is pursuing that, they have no place in the, fat community or fat liberation space, because I also don't feel like that's productive.
Okay. So you're saying we can lose weight and still remain a fat liberationist. Okay. I like that. Finally gonna let me in there? You guys gonna stop screwing around and finally let me in? I've been knocking on the door for days.
And so I don't have an answer, or I don't have more eloquent thoughts to share on it, but I really...
No, that was very eloquently worded.
Just want to express my thoughts, fat community members out there, and just knowing how difficult it is to see this content, and just reiterate that your feelings are valid. Your space in this community is so valid. And
thank you.
And if you ever need a space to be in community with each other, reach out. So many cities out there have local fat communities. Yeah.
Okay, do we have any mustache communities? I got nobody to hang out with.
I had other thoughts, but I've rambled on long enough, so that's all I'm gonna say. And please let me know if you would like to further the conversation about this topic, because I think it's one that, yes, it's controversial, but I also think that it's one that is really, helpful to talk about and to be in community with each other.
All right, so that person doesn't like others posting about their intentional weight loss, and they say that it's exhausting. However, they previously had weight loss surgery. So, next. POV, you're a fat person living in America.
Fat people are gonna die if they don't lose weight.
Okay, so America, the most obese country on Earth, is not very nice or accommodating to larger people. I would hate to see the POV, you're a fat person living in Japan.
Oh, okay. Well, can I get some exercise clothes to go to the gym with? No. Our clothes only go up to 2X.
You appear to be wearing clothes now. Those clothes could be also worn in a gym, just so you know. We don't need, the special pants that separate the butt cheeks into two different things.
Okay, well, can I go to the gym to work out without people recording me?
Yeah, absolutely.
That is not our responsibility. Okay, well...
I think that a gym would not respond like that. If you're like, hey, these people are recording me, any gym would kick those people out and tell them to stop immediately. That is not allowed at any gym anywhere. Trust me. I know. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not recording people in the gym, dude.
I went to the gym anyway, and these people are actually really nice, but
Yeah, they are.
I think something's wrong. I'm not losing any weight. So, can I get a doctor that treats my symptoms instead of just telling me to lose weight?
What does that mean? Why would you want the doctor to treat your symptoms instead of telling you to lose weight if the weight is what's causing the symptoms? If you go to the doctor complaining that you're having trouble breathing, he's going to tell you to quit smoking, because the smoking is causing the lung congestion. I'm sure they'll give you antibiotics or whatever sort of medicine that you need, but they also will recommend to quit smoking.
Well, they went to medical school and got their degree, so they know what they're talking about. Maybe you're the one that's the problem. It's calories in, calories out. Okay, well, I went to a bunch of specialists, and they said that I need weight loss surgery, so I spent a bunch of money trying to get this surgery, and now I can only eat 600 calories a day, but I'm not losing very much weight. I really think that something is wrong. God, you fat people always complain about something. Just say that you want to be unhealthy.
Okay, so you got weight loss surgery and you are not losing weight still. You claim to be eating only 600 calories a day and not losing weight. How do you know that you're eating only 600 calories a day? Are you actually counting those calories?
Well, no thanks to you, I found out that I have a genetic fat disorder that makes losing weight pretty much impossible.
What disorder is that?
But thanks for making my life a living hell.
There is no known genetic disorder that makes weight loss literally impossible through a sustained calorie deficit. If you had Prader-Willi syndrome, you would have chronic hunger and you would eat completely out of control, and this is also tied to developmental delays. People with Prader-Willi are somewhat developmentally delayed, so from what I'm looking up, there is no genetic disorder that makes it impossible to lose weight.
But thanks for making my life a living hell. I'm sure it was great for my health.
Okay, and that last person said they've tried everything to lose weight and they cannot because of a genetic fat disorder, which they did not mention. I did a little bit of research and I wasn't able to find a genetic fat disorder that makes it impossible to lose weight. Certain medical conditions make it more difficult, but nothing makes it impossible. There were a lot of reasons why we can't succeed in that video. First, it was a lack of access to gym clothes. Then it was the doctor won't give me medication because I'm overweight. Then it was people are gonna film me and be mean. Oh wait, no, people at the gym were actually nice. Then it was I went to the gym and I'm still not losing weight. What's wrong with me? Then the doctor gave me weight loss surgery. I'm only taking 600 calories in per day and I still can't lose weight. I think there's definitely a missing piece to this puzzle, and that piece is probably lifestyle and includes diet. And I don't mean doing a fad diet. When I say diet, I'm just referring to the way that we eat. I'm guessing there are some dietary concerns that have not yet been addressed, which is why you're having these struggles. Also, the shirt that you were wearing and the clothes that you were wearing would be just fine in the gym. We don't have to wear like super special workout clothes. Personally, I wear those pants that separate the butt cheeks and distract the hell out of everybody else in the gym. But that's just me. I wear those shorts that perfectly separate each butt cheek, and then I go and just start doing deadlifts in front of people. So anyway, I think all of those clips were very interesting, but what do you think? Is it exhausting to see so much content about intentional weight loss online? Do you need special workout clothes to go work out at the gym? And if we've had weight loss surgery in the past, should we really be getting upset when others post about theirs online? Leave a comment below. Happy Friday, everybody. I hope you have a great weekend. Anyway, that about does it. Thanks for watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing. And I'll see you in the next one.